Why Sigma males are for the underdog. In a world obsessed with status, control, and social hierarchy, Sigma males stand apart, not as rebels without cause, but as warriors with quiet resolve. They don't seek the spotlight, nor do they crave validation. Yet, in the shadows of society, they often align themselves with the forgotten, the underestimated, and the overlooked, the underdogs. But why? This narrative explores the unique chemistry between Sigma males and the underdog spirit. From ancient archetypes to modern-day reality, we'll unpack why these enigmatic men often become unexpected champions for those society has cast aside. 1. Sigma males understand rejection firsthand. Sigmas don't fit into the traditional alpha-beta social structure. They've often walked the path of solitude, not by weakness, but by design. Their journey isn't about domination or submission. It's about freedom. But that freedom comes with a price: misunderstanding, judgment, and rejection. Because they've tasted isolation, they resonate deeply with others who've been left out or pushed down. The bullied kid, the overlooked employee, the misunderstood artist. Sigma males don't just observe these struggles. They feel them. And that empathy transforms into silent loyalty. They don't fight for popularity. They fight for justice. And nothing stirs the Sigma spirit more than watching someone rise from the ashes. 2. They see potential where others see problems. While the world is busy labeling people as losers, misfits, or nobodies, Sigma males have the vision to see beneath the surface. They understand that greatness often comes disguised in struggle. Think of historical figures who started with nothing. Those who were ridiculed, ignored, or persecuted. Sigma males are drawn to that raw potential, not to manipulate it, but to nurture it. They become silent mentors, quiet encouragers, or even fierce defenders, not for recognition, but because it's in their DNA. Sigmas aren't interested in people who have it all. They're drawn to those who are building something out of nothing, because that's the Sigma way too. 3. They hate injustice and social elitism. Sigmas have a deep sense of justice. While alphas might seek to dominate, and betas might submit to power, Sigmas question it all. Why should power rest in the hands of the loudest or the most connected? They challenge systems, whether in schools, workplaces, or society, that keep the underdog at the bottom. They don't need crowds to back them up. They don't need applause. They move silently, but with purpose, often confronting bullies, oppressive leaders, or rigged systems. Their loyalty to the underdog isn't rooted in pity. It's rooted in principle. Because to a Sigma, the strength of a person lies not in titles or followers, but in resilience. 4. They're lone wolves with a pack mentality when it counts. Sigmas are known for being lone wolves, but that doesn't mean they don't care about others. In fact, when they do decide to step in, it's with unwavering loyalty. They don't form shallow connections. But if they see someone fighting for their life, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, the Sigma male becomes a powerful ally. Not loud, not flashy, but strategic, smart, and relentless. They're the kind of people who will defend you in silence, work behind the scenes to uplift you, and walk away without needing credit. 5. They know what it means to be misjudged. Society often mislabels Sigma males as arrogant, antisocial, or aloof. But in truth, they're simply wired differently. They don't chase trends. They don't beg for approval. And because of that, they're often targets of misunderstanding. This shared experience of being misjudged creates a natural bond between Sigma males and underdogs. Both understand the sting of being dismissed before being understood. That's why Sigma males don't rush to judge. They listen. They observe. And when they see someone fighting a quiet battle, they offer something rare, genuine respect. 6. They empower without enabling. A Sigma male doesn't rescue the underdog with handouts. He lifts them through truth, tough love, and empowerment. He doesn't coddle. He challenges. When a Sigma sees someone with fire buried beneath fear, he stokes that flame. He pushes people toward self-reliance and inner strength. He's not interested in being a hero. He wants to awaken the hero in others. That's why underdogs who cross paths with a Sigma often find themselves transformed. Not because they were saved, but because someone finally saw them and believed they could save themselves. 7. They're spiritual warriors for the broken. Many Sigma males are deeply spiritual, though not always in a religious sense. Their introspective nature leads them to higher truths and divine connections. Because of this spiritual depth, they often recognize spiritual warfare in others. They see through masks. They sense inner battles. And they step in, not with noise, but with power. A Sigma will speak life where others speak death. He will stand in prayer, silence, or action for someone who feels invisible. He's not fighting for applause. He's fighting for purpose. 8. They're quiet revolutionaries. Sigmas don't start movements with banners and bullhorns. They spark revolutions with ideas, strategies, and influence that flows under the radar. When they side with the underdog, they don't just comfort, they equip. They dismantle toxic thinking, question false narratives, and inspire freedom. From the classroom to the boardroom to the battlefield of life, Sigmas create space for the unheard. They don't just want underdogs to survive, they want them to win. 9. They value depth over drama. Underdogs don't need pity parties. They need clarity, direction, and real connection. That's where Sigma males shine. They don't get caught in gossip, superficiality, or ego games. They value deep conversations, honest feedback, and genuine support. To a Sigma, drama is a distraction. Depth is power. And the underdog often holds more depth than those sitting at the top. That's why Sigma males are drawn to people who've been through pain. It's there in that pain that truth lives. And truth is sacred to a Sigma. 10. They were born to disrupt the system. Sigmas aren't here to maintain the status quo. They're here to shake it. The system, whether societal, cultural, or institutional, favors the loud, the rich, and the connected. But Sigmas exist to flip the script. They don't just rise alone. They lift others as they climb. Not because it's trendy, but because it's right. If you've ever seen someone step out of the shadows, rise from ruin, or break free from lies, it's likely a Sigma had something to do with it. Because Sigma males are for the underdog. Always have been. Always will be. Final thoughts. In a world that worships winners, Sigma males stand with the wounded. In a culture obsessed with image, they walk with the invisible. And in systems designed to suppress, they side with the suppressed. Why? Because they are warriors of truth, guardians of the forgotten, silent champions of the underdog. They don't need recognition. They don't need credit. They just need one thing, a reason to fight for what's right. And when they find it, they never back down.